Hey guys, welcome to my channel Miss Recap. Today, I am going to recap a 2019 computerized animated movie called Latte and the Magic Waterstone. At the beginning of the story, a prickly hedgehog is shown, whose name is Latte. Latte lives in a forest and is collecting water from the leaves of the tree. Apart from this, there are many other animals living in that forest, which collect water together. But now, their water was running out, due to which they were upset. So they all make a meeting for it and call all the animals there. Now a little squirrel is shown, named Zoom. He goes to the little pigs and rat to play, but they all are start to annoy him. Hearing them all, Latte come over there and runs them all away and frees Zoom from them all. But Zoom gets angry with Latte for doing all this because he thinks they are all going to make fun of him. Now Zoom comes home. After this, Zoom's nut falls down and it falls in front of Latte's house. Zoom comes to pick him up and Latte lovingly returns that nut. Then Zoom sees that Latte has collected water in a conch shell. Zoom takes that conch shell from the Latte because all the animals in that forest used to store all the water in the pumpkin shell. But Latte was not like that. She used to store water separately for herself. Because no one in the jungle cared about Latte and not listened to her. Then Zoom starts pouring the water collected by Latte, but accidentally he falls on the pumpkin shell and all the collected water becomes wasted. And then comes the sound of someone coming there. Hearing this, Latte and Zoom hide and seeing the broken pumpkin, all the animals gather and start talking about who would have done that, and Latte and Zoom are watching them. Zoom talking about apologizing by telling the truth to everyone, but Latte forbids Zoom to do so because she knew everyone would misunderstand her. But on this topic, the fight starts between them, and they both come in front of everyone. And Zoom tells the truth to everyone, and everyone starts getting angry on him. And they are worried about from where they will get water now. Then there comes a crow named Cork. He tells them that a long time ago the magical stone fell on the mountain. The river started flowing from the mountain as the magic stone fell on the mountain, and there was a lot of water here. Then the king of bears, behnke, came here and stole the magic stone, and all the rivers and streams dried up. If someone brings that magic stone, the water will come back again, and all the water problems will go away. Everyone there believes Cork's words to be lies, but Latte believes his words. So Latte sets out to get back that stone alone. On the way, Latte asks an animal the leaf of behnke's cave, and that animal tells him the leaf of behnke's cave, and Latte walks towards the cave. Now it's night and Latte sleeps under a tree. Now in the morning, Zoom goes to Latte's house. He thinks that Latte might have returned, but he does not find Latte. Then he reaches Latte with the help of Latte's footprints and tells Latte to go back home, but Latte does not listen to him and goes on. Zoom also goes after her. They are both attacked by a wild cat on the way, but a tree branch falls on the cat and she faints, and they escape from the wild cat. On the other hand, the family members of Zoom also come to know that he has gone with Latte, because of which they get upset for him. Zoom tries hard to bring the Latte back home with him, because now Zoom started considering Latte as his friend. But after repeated harassment by Zoom, Latte gets angry, and they both get into a fight, and while fighting, they both reach a cave. There they find a frog and they both tell him the reason for coming there. Hearing this, the frog becomes happy because all the animals of the forest were troubled by the problem of water. Everyone wanted that the water in the forest should return again and the forest should be green. Frog advises them to stay there tonight and rest. The next morning, Latte and Zoom moves on and the frog gives them berries to eat on the way. After that, both of them move forward and cover a long distance. But again a problem comes in their way. Some wolves block their way, but Latte tells them that they are going to get the magic water stone from the king of the bears. Those wolves let them go because they were all making a plan for them. Now Zoom thinks that we have come this far, but there is no trace of Waterstone. So now he tells Latte to go home again, but Latte did not want to go home after coming this far. Then Zoom decides to go back by giving her the berries. but Latte refuses to take the berries, so again they both start fighting with each other. And the berries fall down, along with the Latte falls. And Latte gets angry and moves on. Zoom also thinks that after coming this far, he will not go back now and starts coming back to Latte and climbs a high hill. From there, he can see King Bantur's cave and the green forest around it. Zoom decides to go and tell this to Latte, but then his foot slipped and he reached among the children of some bears. Those bear kids are playing there. There he hides on the back of a small bear named Sambru, who is son of King Bantur, and starts going to the cave. Sambru knows that someone is hiding on his back, but he does not say anything and takes Zoom inside the cave. Sambru is very naive. On the other hand, Latte falls asleep in front of a prickly wild rat cave. He sees Latte there and asks her to leave, but Latte starts to think of him as her father because Latte has not met any animal like her yet. Latte repeatedly asks him the way to King Bantur's cave. At last, he gets upset and tells her the way to the cave and tells her to leave. On the other hand, Zoom and Sambru becomes friends, and there, Zoom is very happy to see the water spring. Now Latte also reaches inside the cave and there she sees King Bantur. And he also sees that Waterstone there, but then her foot slips and she falls into the water. And two bears catches her with the fishes and mistaking him as an intruder and put him in jail. Just then, Zoom also arrives, who tells Latte about her friend Sambru. Now Latte and Zoom becomes friends. In the early morning, Sambru comes here to save them, but the bears see them and take them all to Bantur. There Latte tells Bantur the reason for coming to him. And as soon as Bantur came to know that all of them have come there to get the Waterstone, he gets very angry with them and orders his guards to get them out. And he starts dancing in the water. Taking advantage of this, Latte and Zoom steal the Waterstone. And as soon as they remove the Waterstone, the water in the cave disappears, and the guards follow them. Here Sambru helped them get out of there. Sambru knew that all the animals would get water if the Waterstone was remounted on the mountain. Sambru is a pure-hearted bear, and then Bantur comes there, but he cannot stop them. Later on, Zoom and Latte finds the same wolves. They also wanted to get their Waterstone. That's why earlier they had let Zoom and Latte go. Now Bantur also comes there, and they start quarreling among themselves for Waterstone. And that wild cat also joins their fight. Now Zoom confesses them all in their talk, and Latte takes that Waterstone and puts it on the mountain. And then water starts coming out from there and water reaches the whole forest. All animals are very happy to see water, and Cork brings Zoom and Latte home. Everyone is very happy to see them and applaud them for the bravery. After this, he also adopts Latte and all are start living happily. And the movie ends here. Thanks for watching. If you like it, so please don't forget to subscribe my channel.